Let's be real. If you're not being a little delulu about your INFJ power, you're not doing it right. Because being delulu means you're being delusional. You're being delusional about what you're capable of. But the only way to be delusional is to believe that you're capable of doing something you haven't achieved so far. And the INFJ power, by definition, is that we see something in our mind and we actually are able to make it happen in the real world. So if you're not seeming a little delusional to other people, you're probably selling yourself short. That being said, we're not going to keep this level of delusion by just telling everybody, oh, I believe in myself, I do what I want, and then stay stuck in the same position, because that's not what's going to make us happy. We want to continuously be delusional. That means that we are allowing ourselves to go all in, to really use all our ideas and see what will stick. But in order to do that, we have to go all in into our mind. We have to bet on ourselves. We have to allow ourselves to do things that other people will seem unacceptable. But we know that they're going to work out. We at least have high chances of making that happen because we have a level of pattern recognition that allows us that if we make the choices, if we take the necessary steps, it's most likely going to happen. And if not, we have 5 more ideas. But none of them will actually happen if we wait until other people think that our ideas are okay. We have to make those steps happen before other people will understand that. And that, by definition, means we're going to look delusional to other people. So let's prove them wrong. Let's see what's going to happen if we bet on ourselves, not because we want to prove something to them or because we care, but because we want to prove it to ourselves. Because it's a fun game. It's actually part of experiencing life as an INFJ to see that the way I think is not wrong. It's just different from the way you think, and it's still valuable. It's going to have an impact, and I'm going to bet on it. And if it doesn't work out, I'm still going to bet myself. I'm going to get more information and I'm going to improve. But I'm not going to stand still just because my way of living life and my way of creating results seems delulu to you. So today we're talking about how to embrace your delulu side and really create the life you always wanted to live. Before we get started, I want to remind you I created a new poster for you, INFJ Mastery, the 5 keys to unlocking your best life. You can download it for the link in the description. And if you want to take it to the next level, get the INFJ Epic Life audio guide. Like, this guide will take you from where you're at in your current life, like what's really happening, and create that momentum you always needed to get going. It is focused on INFJs, it's proven by INFJs, and it will make a huge difference in your life. So everything you need to know, you can find through the links in the description. So why do INFJs hold themselves back? Well, the first point is that a lot of INFJs don't trust their intuition, although it has been right 100 times before, because we continuously get the feedback of, who do you think you are? What are you doing? Like, this is unacceptable. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, people will not understand that you have those ideas. There's such a wave of rejection that comes our way as INFJs. And I'm the last one to go on the self-pity train because I've been there. I know it's not good. And I honestly believe that if we as INFJs stay in that place, we will be worse off than most people because we do attract a lot of rejection because our biggest superpower is invisible to everybody else. It's highly intuitive, it's internal, people cannot see it, people that don't know us don't know what we've been able to achieve so far. And, you know, everybody is concerned with their own life. They're not going to take the time to really look into what we had to offer and like what is special about us. And so if you're not trusting your intuition, it's totally understandable, but it's not going to get us anywhere. We have to trust our intuition. We have to really bet on what we make up in our mind. There's a reason why you have those ideas. The ideas are there because you are great at pattern recognition. You see what is going on in a way that most people are not able to. So use that. This is your advantage in life. That doesn't mean that you have more advantages than other people, but that one is yours. And if you're not betting on yourself, if you're not tapping into your intuition and really putting actions behind that intuition so it doesn't just stay in your mind, it becomes a reality step by step, then of course we're going to feel like something is missing. We have to be delusional. We have to create a life that doesn't exist yet, that is based on what we know most likely will happen because we see things that most people are not able to. Another reason why INFJs hold themselves back is because they allow other people's opinion to diminish their confidence. And I really don't even mean from people who like don't mean good towards you, because if you have people in your life that are probably like your frenemy or people that you don't like to begin with, like that's okay, that's clear. But sometimes you have your best friends, voice things because they want to protect you, because they want to keep you where you're at, because they are not able to see what you're able to see, whatever the reason may be. The more you share with them your ideas, the more you will get the feedback of, that's weird, why you're saying that? And I'm here to tell you, take that as information to say, okay, I don't need to talk to you more. I'm going to show you. And I'm not going to do this in order to prove something to you, but you're just not able to see what I can see. And that's okay. I love you. I respect you. Sometimes there are people in your life, you might not even love. They're just people you work with. You can respect them from afar, but it's say, okay, let them think what they think. I will not open my mouth and express what I'm doing. I will let my actions speak for themselves. Because that is something that a lot of INFJs don't dare to do, because it's actually saying, I'm betting on myself. Like, this is not just something that, is fun and I can do it in my free time and I can escape reality. No, I'm creating a life based on what my mind has come up with, and I'm putting it into action. Like, I'm really betting my life on this. And when you start doing this, you will actually see how your life becomes better and better and better. And the third reason why INFJs hold themselves back very often is because we wait for permission for others to do that. And that's not as obvious as it might seem, because everybody will tell you, don't wait for permission, do you? And INFJs are fiercely independent. We don't care about other people's permission. But we do so often. You just have to be honest with yourself. This permission comes from, the people in your life that you don't want to hurt. The people in your life that you think will see what they're not doing with their life. You will be a mirror to them of what you're able to do and they're not. Those are the kinds of permissions we're asking for, because we think if, another person in our life is doing great and is loving their life, then I can do whatever I want. But most of the time, when you are creating an extraordinary life, the people around you will feel it. They will feel it in a way that doesn't make them feel good, because it will be a reflection back to you choosing you and them not choosing themselves. And either people are big enough in that moment to say, this is what I'm currently capable of. This is the choice I'm making, and I respect you for making your choices. And if it triggers them and they can't deal with it, then it's on them to step back. But you're not responsible for how other people react when you are choosing you. So what happens when you enter your INFJ Delulu era? Well, you first off start acting as if success has already happened, because if you do that, reality will catch up. And this is not some, law of attraction kind of thing, believe it is happening. I know that a lot of people say that and, nothing really changes. But for us INFJs, it's a little bit different than that, because for us, it actually means if I go all in on how I see the world, and I say that from now on, everybody that comes into my life has to accept me with this aspect of myself. You don't allow anything else into your life. So if another person thinks of you as weak and you just don't see yourself as weak at all, and you don't use your strength to, barely keep your head above water, you actually use your strength to thrive, then no matter what people think about you, it is just not going to be part of your reality. And so acting as if success has already happened is all that we need. Because I can tell you one thing for sure. The moment I decided I'm not going to pretend I'm weaker than I am, I'm not going to dim my light anymore because I'm afraid it might make other people uncomfortable, or, I will lose their love because who's going to want to protect me, for example, as a woman. In my 20s, that was the big thing. I thought if I showed everybody how strong I actually am, they will back off. That kind of thing. But the moment I started doing this, although it felt very uncomfortable, although I felt like nobody's ever going to love me, nobody's going to accept me, I knew that I've already won. I was living my INFJ epic life on my terms, because from that moment on, I wasn't anybody's sidekick. I wasn't waiting for anybody's permission. I wasn't waiting for people to understand me. I became the version of myself that I was proud to be. And the moment I started going towards that version of myself, it was done. I was locked in. And we are visionaries as INFJs. When you're on that path, it's already done. It's just a matter of time, because you're not going to deviate from it. The second thing that happens is we stop playing the misunderstood underdog. Like, I've done videos on why INFJs are misunderstood, why INFJs are the underdog, but this is more coming from a perspective like I have understanding for you if you're in that space. I've been in that space. There's no judgment there, but we're not doing this anymore. Like, I'm here to pick you up where you're at, and we're going to change that. Because I'm not a misunderstood underdog. Like, I win at my life because I'm making choices that I'm in control of. And you are winning because you are making choices that you want to make, and not based on what other people might think or by, who you might hurt in the process by you choosing you. And, when you create results, you're not going to be the underdog anyways. Like, who are you comparing yourself to? You can look at yourself at the underdog. You can look at yourself as being misunderstood. You can look at yourself as a martyr, or you can look at yourself as somebody who actually inspires others to win in their life as well. That's who we're going to be. We're not going to focus on the people who misunderstand us. We actually are going to be pioneers that lift other people up instead of going down with people who just want us to drown just like them so they don't feel alone in sabotaging themselves. And the third one, and I love this one, is that you understand that you were never waiting on others. They were waiting for you to step up, because you know that you're in situations where you can step up and they can't. It's just that we don't want to do that in order to not hurt their feelings. But it's not going to hurt their feelings in the long term. You are making yourself smaller than you are. If you know you're capable of something, you're always going to know that you're selling yourself short. You know that you're not really putting all in. You know that there is more in you, that you have potential that is not actualized yet. And that's what we're going to change. So get into your INFJ Delulu era and create the life you always knew you were capable of. And that's going to look different than what people would want it to be. You know how we so often are waiting for that perfect life that will just, appear, that there will be a friend group that will just accept us and we will have so much fun with them, or that there will be a circumstance or job that is just perfect for us. No, we have to create it. What we see in our mind doesn't exist yet. You're the one who creates it. And you see, the structures are falling away more and more. So this is our time. So go all in. So here are 3 ways to tap into your INFJ power, Delulu edition. First off, you decide that you're already successful, because you are. You have overcome so much in your life. You have created such immense progress based on where you were, based on the person that you were, based on all the hard situations that you have overcome. Like, that in itself is already a success, because it's always a matter of perspective. There will always be people who will look at you and say, oh, that person hasn't achieved anything or hasn't become anybody. And there are always people who look up to you and wish they have achieved what you have achieved. Always. There are people who wish they lived in the kind of apartment you live, with the kind of money that you have, everywhere on the world. So the fact that you are where you are right now is already a success. And it's a success because you made choices that help you to get there. So start appreciating yourself. That's how it starts, first and foremost. The second step, stop dimming yourself in order to fit in. You are meant to stand out. This is a blank statement. I don't care. Like, INFJs are not meant to blend in. It doesn't work. If we are blending in, it's because we're diminishing our light. Like, I have no problem with us, taking a step back when we are at a small family function or when we're interacting with other people. Like, I'm like this. I really am low key in so many situations. Most people don't know what I'm about. That's not what I'm talking about. But the things that matter to you, the way you actually make choices in your life, the results that you have, if you're dimming your light, if you're selling yourself short. So if I go, for example, to my kids' kindergarten, it's not like the parents know what I'm doing for a living. They don't know the kind of hardships I overcame, the kind of people that I had to, learn from, and things and situations I had to overcome. They don't know any of that. I don't have to tell anybody, but I know. I know that I'm not diminishing my life. I know that I'm creating a life that is not ordinary. It's just not. I'm not living a conventional life. That's just the case. I don't feel it, but if I actually look at it, I know I'm not. That doesn't mean that you have to have a business or that you have to have a YouTube channel, anything of the sorts. But you choosing you will always look different than what the average person is living like. And that's okay. There's going to be an aspect of you that you just own. And that is what I'm advocating here. Don't try to fit in. You're meant to stand out, and that's a good thing. And the third way to tap into your INFJ power, Delulu edition, is that you act as a person who's already won. I have won in life because I'm choosing me. I have won in life because I'm focusing on the things that are in my control. I'm winning at life because I'm not allowing other people to make me feel less than. And this is a choice you do every single day. And this is also not something that we're going to master. It's just that I have won because I continuously bet on myself. I have won because I continuously get into situations, learn from them, and then allow myself to be even more at peace. This is a progress. Like, it's not like, oh, there are never people who have an influence on me. Yeah, they do. I just learn what people I need to, move away from, what people I cannot escape. So I have to really show them boundaries. And I also know what choices I have to make in order to live the life that I want. And that means doing some things that might not feel good in the moment, but those are the things I want to do in order to create the life I know I want to live. I am winning in life, and so are you. So let's act like it. INFJ power is only limited to what you believe. So those people who believe like they're all that and, they're obnoxious. We're not like that, because those kind of people, they want other people to believe that as well. Have you thought about that? Have you seen that they can only operate around people who feed their ego, who are willing to bow down to them? We're not doing that. You be the master of your own life. You be the hero in your own movie. I will be the hero in mine. And so there's absolutely nothing wrong with you choosing to be that version of yourself. You're actually inspiring others to tap into what is most naturally them. It's actually people who are insecure who need that bowing down aspect. We all need human interaction, and we all want respect and admiration to some point. There's nothing wrong with that. And I even encourage you to have those connections, to not only say, I'm going to be in this hermit mode and I'm not going to talk to anybody and I'm just going to do me. Well, okay, but you're still human. You need human interaction. You are not going to feel fulfilled if you don't talk to anybody on this planet. Most of us need a little bit more. So it's all good here. That's fine. And yeah, it's always a progress and we're always going to learn from our mistakes. That's all good. But be proud of the person that you're becoming. Continuously take steps to really choose you. Your path matters, no matter what the people left or right of you are doing. So remember, if you want a little bit more support in taking the next step of your journey, then first off, check out the free poster on INFJ Mastery, and then get the INFJ Epic Life audio guide. It will really help you to take your life from where it's at now to where you want it to be. It's all about understanding what works for us as INFJs, what steps to take, and how to make it a reality. Everything you need to know, you can find through the links in the description. And if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then check out the video you see on the screen right now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.